Gamakay Tk75 Pro or Leobog Hi75. Both of these relatively budget keyboards were sent to me for review. I've been using both of them side by side on my MacBook Pro now for a little more than 3 weeks, and I definitely have a favorite. Now in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys a sound test, compare some of the features of both of these keyboards, and tell you guys what some of the pitfalls of each of these keyboards can be. Now first we gotta compare some of the specs. The Leobog Hi75 and the Gamakay Tk75 Pro are both 75% mechanical keyboards. Both of these keyboards are only available with linear switches, so tactile gang being someone like me, you're kind of out of luck. Next, the Gamakay Tk75 offers tri-mode connectivity, while the Leobog Hi75 only offers wired. Both of these keyboards are going to use their proprietary software if you want to change anything. So no VIA or QMK compatibility, unfortunately, with both of these. And when we talk about what my use case is on Mac in a little bit, you're going to see why that's kind of important. The Leobog Hi75 as well as the Gamakay Tk75 Pro both offer a gasket mount, but the Leobog Hi75 features a die-cut PCB to give you even more bounce and kind of squish when typing, but I don't know if this would necessarily be a good thing. Both the Leobog Hi75 as well as the Gamakay Tk75 Pro offer a variety of different dampening materials inside of the case of the keyboard. Both of them seemingly come with toned stabilizers that have very little rattle. Both of them offer RGB, and both of them have a knob. Another thing that both of these keyboards offer is an aluminum construction, which is really nice. And both of these keyboards feel really, really solid when using them, and they don't slide around on your desk. Neither one of these keyboards is height adjustable, and both of these keyboards is hot swappable. And I forgot about north or south facing LEDs, so I'll go ahead and put something up here with that. But I'm pretty sure that the Leobog Hi75 has south facing LEDs, while the Gamakay Tk75 Pro has north-facing LEDs. The Gamakay Tk75 Pro offers a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, and in my testing with the RGB turned up all the way, you're gonna get about a week and a half or so of use with RGB at 100%. Typing experience. Well, the typing experience is gonna depend a lot on which switches you choose. Personally, I prefer the KTT Hi-Fins switches that are equipped in my Gamakay Tk75 Pro. They feel closer to a tactile switch and have a little bit more resistance and are a little bit stiffer. But something that I really dislike about the Leobog Hi75 is the die-cut PCB. It kind of gets hot spotty, and I found the typing experience to be kind of inconsistent depending upon what part of the keyboard you're typing on and along with the force. That combined with the very, very light linear switches that my version of the Leobog Hi75 have mean that I feel the typing experience to be a bit vague and just not that predictable. I often found myself with kind of ghost or phantom key presses when typing on the Leobog Hi75, and that to me personally was a bit of a deal killer, and it's why I'm not using it right now. I want to talk a little bit about accessories because this is somewhere that the Leobog Hi75 absolutely crushes the Gamakay Tk75 Pro. The Gamakay Tk75 Pro is really bare bones with the accessories that you get in the box. Really, you're just gonna get a switch puller and you're gonna get a just regular kind of generic plastic cable. Whereas with the Leobog Hi75, you're gonna get a nice wound cable and a couple extra switches. And I really prefer kind of the presentation of the Leobog Hi75. Now, the version of the Leobog Hi75 that I was sent for review has these south-facing shine-through keycaps, but both keycaps are going to be double shot PPD, and both of these keycaps are going to do a pretty good job of resisting smudges, fingerprints, and oils. That said, I much prefer the legends and the way things are actually printed on the Gamakay Tk75, although I might end up switching the keycaps out for something if I end up using this keyboard in the long run. Neither of these keyboards are going to feature a quick disassembly for modding, so I wouldn't say that either of them are particularly going to be like user-friendly if you want to mod them. You're going to have to remove all the keys and then go ahead and start unscrewing the top housing in order to separate it. I haven't opened either of these keyboards up as I kind of like how both of them sound. Although if you guys want to see me modding them, go ahead and drop that in the comment section and hit subscribe because I totally might mod these in the future. Now, talking about the overall user experience and the software. Now, as someone who's a Mac user, one thing that I do a lot is use the F3 key for multitasking so I can see all my windows at once. Otherwise, I would have to use the function up arrow, which many times when I'm doing stuff on a computer, I am right hand on the mouse, left hand on a keyboard. When I tried to use the Leobog software to change some of these settings on the keyboard, it was an absolute nightmare, and you're not even able to change any of the function keys or any of the F keys with the included Leobog software, whereas the Gamakay Tk75 Pro worked flawlessly with my Mac computer right out of the box. That said, if you're someone that's using this on Windows, obviously you're going to have macros and other stuff, and so this isn't really that big of a deal for most of you Windows users. But if you're a Mac user, having this kind of set up the way you want it to out of the box, in my opinion, is a big plus, especially because neither of these keyboards support QMK or VIA. Personally, as someone that's part of Tactile Gang and someone that doesn't really like a squishy typing experience because I'm using these keyboards mostly for typing, it's a no-brainer. The Gamakay Tk75 Pro is really the better keyboard for me personally, but keyboards are all about personal preference, and I'd love to know what your personal preference is in the comment section down below. Here's a sound test for you guys, and if you want to pick these up, you guys know where to find the links. Peace.